Hello everyone, this is Yamin, and from today we'll start a new tutorial series for JavaScript. I'll try to show you everything about JavaScript from the very beginning, and I'll try to make this tutorial series as simple as possible. So in this tutorial we are going to see how we can show alert or how we can print things in JavaScript. So first of all, let me just show you. I just already created a folder over here for JavaScript, and the folder is empty right now. And I open the folder using Sublime Text. Over here you can see, and there is nothing in the folder. So first of all, we'll create index.html inside this JavaScript folder. So let me just say over here index.html, save it, Ctrl S and save. So we created index.html inside the folder, and let's just give the HTML basic structure. And here you can see the body part. So inside the body part we can write our JavaScript code, but for writing JavaScript code we need to keep this skip tag. Over here you can see we need to write our JavaScript code inside this skip, and we need to give this skip at the end of our body tag. Okay, so first of all, here let's say we want to show a alert in our browser. So for showing alert we need to use JavaScript, and the code to show the alert we need to write alert, just simple. And inside this alert we can write anything. Let's say this is JavaScript alert. You can write anything inside this double quotation. You can even use single quotation, that's fine as well. And you always need to end it with a semicolon. So right now if we save it, then let me just go to my JavaScript folder, and here you can see index.html that we just created. So I will open the file, and over here you can see index.html, and here you can see a alert. It is written over here, this is a JavaScript alert. And if you click OK, here you can see the alert is gone, and there is nothing in the body because we didn't write any HTML code in the body. Let's just say over here h1 tag, and let's say here JavaScript tutorial. Let's save it, and let's refresh our browser again, and it will give us the alert. And if we click OK, here you can see it is showing us the text which is JavaScript tutorial. Now this is not JavaScript, this is just HTML tag that we use over here, h1 tag. Now let's say you want to print something using JavaScript. So for it, what you need to do is that, let me just remove this alert. In order to print anything in JavaScript, we need to write over here document.write, then two first bracket, and we'll give two double quotation or single quotation, that's fine as well, and always end it with a semicolon. And let's say over here this is a JavaScript text. If I now save it, then if we refresh here you can see it is showing us the text. You can print as much as you want using JavaScript. Let me just copy this and paste it here, and let's say this is second line. Save it. So in JavaScript, in order to print anything, we use document.write. So if we now refresh, here you can see this is second line. And if you want to like show this in different line, just like HTML, we can use br tag for creating another line. So here after this text we'll give this br tag. So if you now save it and refresh, here you can see it is in different line. So there is one more tag I want to show you, and that is console.log. So two first bracket, two single quotation or double quotation, and end it with a semicolon. So console.log is also used to print things, but this is different than document.write. So let me just write something over here. This is JavaScript. Let's just say console. So right now here we write over here console.log, not document.write. So right now if we save it, then if we refresh here you can see we cannot see this line in our browser. There is no that line. But if we just right click on our browser, then go to the inspect option, then here at the top you will see a console option over here. Here you can see console option. If we click console, here you can see this is a JavaScript console which we just write over here. So console.log is used in JavaScript as well, but in different cases we'll show you in the future tutorial. This is just a basic tutorial. So I hope you find this tutorial easy. If there is any question, you can always let me know in the comment section. I'll try to reply. And if this video was helpful to you, then make sure to give a like, leave a comment, and I would really appreciate if you subscribe this channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about internal and external JavaScript in HTML. So what is internal JavaScript? So here you can see, if we write JavaScript code inside our HTML code at the end of our body tag, then it is called internal JavaScript. So here you can see that we write our JavaScript code inside the script tag and it is inside our HTML file. So this is called internal JavaScript. So here you can see document.write. This is a JavaScript test. So here if we just refresh our browser, here you can see it is already written over here. This is a JavaScript test and this is coming from the JavaScript part. And we write this inside our HTML file. So this is called internal JavaScript. Now what is external JavaScript? External JavaScript means that a JavaScript code is coming from a JavaScript file. Let me just show you the example. Here we are going to create a file for JavaScript. So here let me just right click, then click new file, and over here let's say our file name will be script.js. You can name it anything. You don't have to name it exactly script. Okay, you can name it basically anything, but the extension is always needs to be .js. Just like CSS, the extension for JavaScript needs to be .js. So let's save it and save. So right now here what we are going to do is that we are going to cut this portion of code, then save it, and we'll paste it inside our script.js. And since this is already a JavaScript file, so we do not require to write the script tag over here. We can just directly write our JavaScript code. Okay, so right now obviously if we save it, we won't see anything in our view. Let me just refresh over here. Here you can see there is nothing in our page because we did not connect our script.js with our index.html. So how can we connect it? So in order to connect our script.js, we need to write over here script, and here inside the script we say here source, and inside the source we are going to say script.js. So we'll say script.js. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh, here you can see this is a JavaScript text which came from this file. This is a JavaScript text. So it means we are about to successfully connect our script.js with our index.html. Now if you have multiple JavaScript file, let's say you have a script2.js file over here, then what you have to do is that in order to connect that, you just have to write over here script2.js. I hope I'm clear. So I just wanted to let you know that the difference between internal and external JavaScript, and it is always better to write JavaScript code in a separate file because that way you can understand your code more better and it actually looks better. So this is all about this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any question, you can let me know in the comment section, and I really appreciate if you subscribe this channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to Aptech Knowledge. In this JavaScript tutorial, we are going to talk about how to declare variable in JavaScript. So first of all, let's go and give a script tag, and inside the script tag we obviously need to write JavaScript, and here in order to declare a variable in JavaScript we need to use this word, and that is var, and after var you can declare the variable name. Let's say name. You can declare a variable like this, and you can say name equal to, let's say, Yamin. And if I now just print this, in order to print it we need to write in JavaScript document.write, and we can just mention the variable name, and that is name. So right now if we just save it, then if we just open it in the browser, here you can see the name that we just assign over here, name equal to Yamin, and if we write document.write we can see the name which is Yamin. So right now let's declare another variable. Let's say var age equal to, let's say age is 26, and let me just copy this, and let's also print the age as well. So in order to print age we just need to say over here age. Save it, then let's refresh, and here you can see age. So right now let me just show you one more thing, that is you can just say over here normally var name and var age. So basically we are already declaring that name and age is a variable, and after that we can just say over here name equal to, we can just say, let's say John, and here let's say age is say 27, let's say for John age is 27. So we can do it like this as well. So here first of all, once we just declare the variable, we do not need to mention the var variable again. So right now if we save, then if we refresh, here you can see John and age is 27. So right now let me just show you one more thing, and that is, let's say first over here name is John and age 27. Now let me just copy this and paste it here, and over here we'll say name is Yamin and age is 25. So right now what will happen is that first of all we have name equal to John and age is 27. So first it will print this name equal to John and age 27, and then it will come down and it will see that the name is Yamin and age is 25, and so it will print the name Yamin and age 25. So I hope you are clear. Save. If we now refresh here you can see first we see John 27 and Yamin 25. So those are the basics of how we can declare variable in JavaScript. I hope this tutorial was very simple for you. If you have any question, you can let me know in the comment section. Thanks again for watching, and make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to Web Knowledge. In this JavaScript tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add or concatenate string in JavaScript. So for example, inside this skip tag, we're going to declare a variable, let's say var first name equal to, let's say Yamin. So after first name, let's declare another variable, let's say last name equal to, let's say Shakil, and I want to add those two variables together. So let's declare another variable, let's say var full name equal to, with our here first name plus last name, first name plus last name. So after this, if we just write over here document dot write, and we're going to say over here full name. So right now if we save it, then if we just refresh our browser, here you can see Yamin Shakil, which we just written over here. Here you can see the first name and last name is now added together. So right now if we just give a space over here, then save it, then if we refresh, here you can see there is a space over here. Let me just zoom in. Here you can see there is a space right now. So you can add string another way. Let me just show you. So here inside this document.write, let's just keep two double quotation, and let's just say over here my name is, then we'll just give a plus over here, and then we are going to say full name. So right now if we save it, it will show us my name is, and the full name is Yamin Shakil, right? So save, then refresh, and here you can see my name is Yamin Shakil. Okay, let's just give a space over here, then refresh again. Okay, my name is Yamin Shakil. So right now if we add anything, let's say if you want to show the name before, you want to show the full name before, then for it what you can do is that, let me just remove this, and here we can just say over here full name plus, here we'll just say Yamin Shakil is my name. Save. So this time it will show the name before. Let's refresh. Here you can see Yamin Shakil is my name. We should add a space before this is, then let's refresh. Okay, so right now let's say you want to add one more things after this, you can do that as well. Let's say over here, let's declare variable age equal to, let's say 27. Okay, age is not a string, so we do not have to give a quotation, double quotation or single quotation. Let's say just 27. So right now we can just give another plus, and we can just say over here age, so it will show us the age after the name, and let's say 27, and then we'll give another plus and another double quotation, and we'll say is my age. So let's save it, then let's just refresh our browser, and here you can see Yamin Shakil is my name. 27 is my age. So I hope you are clear how you can add string in JavaScript. So this is really simple. So thank you very much for watching, and make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, in this JavaScript tutorial we are going to talk about a few functions for string in JavaScript. So first of all, let's say you want to know the length of a string in JavaScript. So in order to do that, or in order to find out the string length, what you have to do is that first of all, let's go and just declare a variable. Let's say var name equal to, and let's just over here Germany. And here if you want to know the length of this variable, then what you have to do is that you need to say over here name dot length. So length is a function for JavaScript, and if you just keep dot length, then you will be able to get the total number of character over here. So right now if we just say over here document dot write, then we keep this inside a first bracket, and then if we save it, then if we refresh our browser, we should be able to see the length of the word. Here you can see, let me just zoom in. Here you can see 7, and if we just count the number of character here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So you can just do it like this way as well. Let's say name equal to name dot length, then we can just say over here name. So here we already declared the variable name equal to Germany. So here we are just saying name equal to name dot length. It means we are asking to get the length of this word and store it over here, and then we are just printing that. So right now if we save it and if we refresh, we will just see the same thing, which is number 7. So right now let's say you want to type the word in the browser. So for it, what you can do is that we can use a function called prompt, and over here let's say write your name. So right now what it will do is that it will ask you to write your name in the browser, and if you write your name, then it will count the number of character over there. So right now let's save it and let's just refresh here, and then this is called prompt. So here you can see write your name, which came from here, write your name, and that is called prompt. So right now if we now just write our name, let's say Yamin, and let's just click OK, and here you can see the number of character is 5. Now let's refresh again. Let's say over here Canada, and here the number of character should be 6. So right now if we click OK, here you can see 6. So that was prompt in JavaScript. So right now let's talk about char act. So right now let's say you want to get a specific character from a string. So let me just remove this and this prompt, and here let's just say over here Australia. And so right now if you want to get a specific character from the string, then for it what you have to do is that we'll just say over here name equal to, we'll say name dot char at, we'll give to first bracket, and here we are going to mention an index number. Let's say index number will be 3. Let me just tell you one thing about index number, that is index number always start from 0. So right now char at 3 means here index number 0 means A, index number 1 means U, 2 means S, and 3, this char at 3 means T. So right now if we save it and if we refresh our browser, then it should give us the character or word T in the document dot write. So right now if we save, then refresh here you can see the character T. If we give index number, let's say 2, then it should give us character S. Save, then refresh, here you can see S. So right now let's talk about uppercase and lowercase in JavaScript. So here let's say you want to see all the character in Australia to be uppercase. So for it what you can do is that we'll say over here name equal to name dot to uppercase, and we need to end it with two first bracket. So right now if we save it, all the character will be in uppercase. Let's just refresh our browser, and here you can see Australia is in uppercase. So if you want to everything to be lowercase, it is really simple. All you have to do is that we need to mention over here lowercase. Okay, let's make the A capital, uppercase A. So right now if we save it, Australia will be everything will be lowercase. So let's refresh here, and here you can see everything is lowercase. So those are some basic and common function in JavaScript. I hope this tutorial was simple. So this is all about this tutorial. Make sure to give a like and leave a comment. Also subscribe this channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how we can make addition, subtraction, division and multiplication in JavaScript. So first of all, let's go and declare a variable. Let's say for declaring variable we need to say var, and let's say num on equal to, let's say 10. Then we're going to declare another variable which will be num2 equal to, let's say 20. So right now if you want to find the summation of those two, all you have to do is that you need to say over here var sum equal to, we can just say over here num on plus num2, and then if we just write over here document dot write, then if we just print the sum, then we'll be able to see 30 in our browser. So let me just save it and let me just open it in the browser. So let me just open that, and here you can see the summation is 30. If you want to find the subtraction, you can do that as well. For that, what you have to do is that we'll just copy this and we'll just say over here instead of sum, let's say over here sub and say number 1 minus number 2. Then we'll just give this document.write, we'll say over here sub. So right now if we save, then if we now refresh here you can see minus 10, because if we subtract from 10 to minus 20 we will get minus 10. Okay, let's just make this 30. Okay, so right now if we save it, then if we refresh here, okay, we can see over here 50 and 10. It means 30 plus 20 is 50 and 30 minus 20 is 10. Okay, let me just write it like this, and so I think this will be easier for you to understand. And here what we will do is that let's just say over here addition plus sum. We want to show it properly, so here, and let's also give a br tag over here. So br tag will create a gap, so here we are going to say br closing. So right now save, then if we refresh here you can see addition 50, and this is subtraction, so we'll say over here subtraction. We'll say subtraction, let's just give over here plus, then again plus, and then we'll mention the br tag. Okay, save, let's refresh, and here you can see subtraction. So right now we are giving the data directly from the code. Now let's say you want to give the data in the browser. So for it, what you can do is that instead of writing over here num on equal to 30, we can say over here prompt, and then we'll say enter your first number. Then I can just copy this, I'll just copy this and paste it here, and here we'll say enter your second number. Then if we now save it, then if we now refresh over here, okay, it's not showing us anything. Maybe I just did a mistake, spelling mistake. Okay, it will be prompt, prompt, like this. Okay, so right now let's save it again, then let's refresh over here again, and here you can see it is asking us enter your first number. Let's say 50, then we'll click OK, and here then it will ask us enter your second number. Let's over here 10. Then if we click OK, so here you can see 50 and 10, so it did not actually add our number. The reason is when we write anything in the prompt, then it will consider that as a string. So we need to make the prompt value as a number. So for that, what we need to do is that we'll just say over here number on equal to, we'll say parts integer int, then we'll give two first bracket, then we'll say over here number 1 comma 10. So this will make our string, I mean whatever you write in the prompt, it will make it into a integer. So here we need to say parts int number 10. We need to say over here 10 because we have all the number we have start from 0 to 1. So if we write over here 10, then it will automatically make it into a integer. Okay, so after number, let's also do the same for the number 2 as well. So it's over here number 2, and parts in number 2. So right now let's save it here. So right now if we refresh our browser, it should give us a proper value. So let's go to our browser, let's refresh, let's say over here 50, click OK, then we'll give over here 10, then click OK, and here you can see addition 60 and subtraction 40. We can also do the multiplication and division as well. Let me just show you. Let's just say over here, okay, let me just copy this, then paste over here, and we'll say multiplication over here, then over here we'll say division, so we'll give over here slash. So right now let me just copy this, then paste it here 2 times. So here, so this will be multiplication, so let's just say over here mul, and this will be division, let's just say over here div. So here we are going to say multiplication, it will be mul, and here we are going to say division, it will be over here we need to say div. So right now let's save it and let's try to do our math. Let's refresh, let's say over here 100, click OK, let's give our second number, let's say it will be 20, then click OK, and here you can see addition is on 20, subtraction is 80, multiplication is 2000, and division is 5. So this is how you can make a simple calculator in JavaScript. I hope this tutorial was easy for you. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any question or if you want me to make any specific video, you can let me know in the comment section, and I will really appreciate if you subscribe this channel. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial I am going to show you if else in JavaScript. So I will show you with some example about if else. So let's go and first declare a variable. Let's say var number1 equal to, let's just give a value, let's say number1 equal to 10. And here in order to give the if else condition, we need to first write over here if, then we need to give to first bracket, and inside the first bracket we need to give a condition, and here if the condition is fulfilled, then inside this second bracket we need to write something. Okay, so first of all let's go and give a condition. Let's say over here if number1 is smaller than 15, then we'll print something. Let's say over here document dot write, and we'll say number is smaller than 15. So right now, and if this condition is for some reason false, then we need to give a else condition. Here in the else condition we'll say, let me just copy this and paste it here. So inside this else condition number is bigger than 15. So here we give the number on value is equal to 10, and we give the condition if number on smaller than 15. Is 10 smaller than 15? The answer is yes. So our browser should print this, not this else condition. Okay, so right now if we save it in the browser, we'll see number is smaller than 15. So let's just go to our browser and let's refresh here, and here you can see number is smaller than 15. Now let's say you want to give multiple condition over here. So in order to give multiple condition, what you have to do is that you need to say over here else if. So if you have multiple condition, then after the first if you need to mention else if. Okay, so let's say inside this else if condition, let's say num1 equal to 20. So here we are going to say, let print over here, we'll say number is equal to 20. So in the number on, let's say the value is 20. So here by default, since the value is 20, so here by default this if condition is wrong because 20 is not smaller than 15. So then it will come to the else condition, and it will see that number on is equal to 20. So then it will print this condition, number is equal to 20. So let me just save it, and if you now refresh, okay, it's not giving us anything. Okay, let me check. Okay, we need to write over here ELSC. I made a mistake over here. So right now if we save it over here, then if we now refresh, here you can see number is equal to 20, and let's say over here number value is 25, then both this and this will be wrong. Then it will come to the else condition and print this number is bigger than 15. So right now let's save it, and Let's refresh over here, and here you can see number is bigger than 15, which come from the else condition. Now let's say you want to get the value of number on from the browser. So for it, as you already know, we need to use prompt in order to get value in the browser using JavaScript. So here we'll say enter your number. So right now let's save it and let's keep the number in the browser. Let's refresh, and here it will ask us for a number. Let's say it will be 9. If we give 9, it means it will fulfill the first condition, which is 9 is smaller than 15. So right now if we click OK, here you can see number is smaller than 15. So in the if condition, inside this if condition, you can even give multiple condition. So in order to give multiple condition, you can use and sign. So in order to give multiple condition, we need to give and sign. So instead of having one number, let's have another number. So let me just copy this, and here we're going to say number 2, and here we'll say enter your number 2. Okay, or let's just say enter your second number, and here we'll say first number. So here in the condition, if condition, we are going to say if number 1 smaller than 15, and we are going to say number 2, let's say smaller than 10, then we'll come to this condition. Okay, so here we'll print this is the first condition, and here in the else if we'll give, let's say if number 1 equal 20 and number 2 equal 20 as well, then we'll come to this condition, and if both of the condition is wrong, we'll come to this else condition. Okay, so right now if we save it, then if we now refresh here it will ask us to enter our first number. Let's say we want to fulfill the second condition. Here number 1 is 20 and number 2 is 20. So here for it, what we'll do is that first we'll say for number 1, let me just refresh again. For number 1 we'll say over here 20, and for number 2, second number 20 as well. So here number is equal to 20, and if we want to fulfill the first condition, number 1 smaller than 15 and number 2 smaller than 10, then all we have to do is that we need to give the first number smaller than 15. Let's say over here 8, which is smaller than 15, and for number 2 the condition is smaller than 10, so let's say over here 7, and if you click OK, here you can see this is the first condition which came from here. So right now this was and condition. You can also use or condition. Or condition means if any of those conditions are met, then it will print that. For in order to use or condition, we need to give this sign. This sign means or condition. If this or this, if any of the condition met properly, then it will print this. Okay, so right now over here you can see number 1 is smaller than 15 and number 2 is smaller than 10. So this time we'll just make let's say this condition true and this one false. So we'll give a number bigger than 15 for the first number. Okay, so right now if we now refresh here and let's say 25, which is bigger than 15, but for the second condition number 2 needs to be less than 10. So here we are going to say 5. Okay, here you can see this is the first condition. So if any of those two condition is right, then it will print this. So this is or condition. And one more thing I want to mention is that if you want to use more if condition, then what you can do is that you can give else if as many times as you want. Okay, so this is how you can use if else in JavaScript. I try to make this as simple as possible. If you still have any question, you can always let me know in the comment section. I'll try to reply you, and you can also help each other. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to give a like and subscribe this channel, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about switch in JavaScript. So switch is almost like if else, but the step is a little bit different than if else. So I'll show you switch using example in this tutorial. So let's go and first declare a variable. Let's say var number equal to, we'll take the input from the browser. So we'll say over here prompt to first bracket to double quotation, and here we'll say enter your number. So we'll take a value from the browser, so and we'll apply some condition using switch case. So for writing switch case, we just need to write over here switch, then to first bracket, and here we need to give our condition. I mean this variable over here will say number, then we'll give to second bracket, and inside it we are going to write some case. So here we are going to say over here case, then we'll give to double quotation, and we'll just give a number over here. Let's say 0. We'll compare this number with this number. If both of the number match with each other, then we'll print something. So here we're going to say document dot write to first bracket to double quotation, and let's say over here number is 0. And in order to end this case 0, we need to write over here break. So this break function will in this case 0 over here. So since we write break, so we'll be able to start a new case over here. So here we are going to say case on, and here we are going to say number is on. So after on, we'll say over here 2. Let's just give 2 over here, and after 2 let's say 3. We'll give up until let's say 5, 3, then we'll say over here 4, and last one will be 5. So let's just give over here 5. So if the number do not matches with any of those case 5, so for it we need to give a default option over here. So we'll say over here default, and we'll just write over here number is not available. So what it will do is that first of all we'll take a value from the browser, then we'll compare that number with the case. Is the number 0? Is the number is on, 2, 3, 4 or 5? If that number matches with any of the case, then it will print that document.write. Okay, and if the number do not matches with any of those case, then it will come to default and it will print number is not available. And for default we do not need to write break. Okay, so right now if we save it, then if we just refresh our browser, and we have given the condition from on to 5. So here if we just write over here let's say 3 and click OK, here you can see number is 3. And if we give over here 5, you can see number is 5. And if we give any number greater than 5, let's say 12, and if we press OK, here you can see number is not available. So which means it print the default number is not available. So this is the basic of switch in JavaScript. So this tutorial was really simple. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to give a like and leave a comment, and I will really appreciate if you subscribe this channel, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial we are going to see for loop in JavaScript. Let's say we want to print something 10 times in JavaScript. So for that we need to use for loop. So let me just show you. So here first of all we are going to say over here for, then we need to give to first bracket and to second bracket, and inside this for to first bracket we need to give some condition. So first let's declare a variable. Let's say var I is equal to 0. So first of all we are saying the value of I will be 0 for this for loop at the beginning. Then we'll say give a condition. We'll say over here I cannot be greater than 10. So we'll say I smaller than 10. Then we'll give this semicolon, and after that we will increase the value of I by on. So for increasing the value of I by on, we need to give over here I plus plus. So what will happen is that inside this for loop, first of all the value of I will be 0. Then we are giving a condition that the value of I cannot be greater than 10, and here we are increasing the value of I by on. So at the beginning the value of I will be 0, then it will be on, then the value of I will be 2, 3, 4, and up until the value of I will be 9. And you can also write this I plus plus a different way. You can just write over here I equal I plus on. So this will basically do the same thing. So we'll just give over here I plus plus. So here right now, if we just say over here document dot write, let's say JavaScript test. So what it will do is that it will print this text JavaScript test 10 times, because we are running this for loop from 0 to 9. So right now, if we save it, then if we refresh our browser, here we can see JavaScript test, it is 10 times. Okay, let's just add a beer tag over here. We'll just keep over here plus, and we'll give the beer tag. So let's refresh again, and here we can see JavaScript test, it should be total of 10 times. So right now, if you want to print the value of I, you can do that as well. So for it, let's just give the value of I over here. Let's just give another plus over here. Then here we're going to say I. So it will print the value of I over here. So let's save it. Then if we now refresh, here you can see test 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up until 9, because our loop started from 0 and it ended before 9. So if we now give equal over here, so it will print up until 10. So right now, if we now save it, okay, let's also give a space over here. Then if we now refresh here we can see it started from 0 and ended at 10. So right now, let's say you want to find a summation of a number in for loop. Let's say over here before the for loop, let's say var sum equal to, let's say 10. Now let's say we want to increase the value of sum by 5. So the first time it will be 10, then 15, then 20, like this, and we want to use that up until 10 times, let's say. So for it, what we need to do is that we'll just say over here sum equal to sum plus 5. So at the beginning, the value of sum is 10. So right now, what it will happen is that we write over here sum plus 5. So 10 plus 5 will be, that value of sum will be 15. So 15 will be stored in the sum variable. So again, when the loop go by again, then the value of sum will be 20, then 25, like this. So right now over here, we'll just say over here document dot write to first bracket, and we just say over here sum value, then let's just give a space over here like this, and we'll just say over here plus sum, and let's also add a beer tag as well. So right now, if we save it, then if we now refresh over here we can see value of sum at the beginning it is 10, then it become 15, and at the end value is 55, and around 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here you can see the loop gone for 10 times. So I hope I am clear, but let me just tell you again. At the beginning, the value of sum is 10, so it will print 10. Then the value of sum will become 15. Then it will print 15. Then the value of sum will become 20. Then it will print 20. So that's how we get this value over here. So right now, let's say you want to give the condition value this and this in the browser. So for that, let's declare another variable. Let's say var m equal to prompt to first bracket, and here we'll say enter first number. Then let me just copy this and I'll paste it over here, and here we'll say var n write second number. So here instead of I equal to 0, we are going to say over here I equal to m, and here instead of I smaller than 10, we are going to say over here n. So we will declare the variable in the browser. Okay, I made a spelling mistake, right, and over here right. So right now, if we save it, then if we now refresh over here it will ask us for the first number, which will go over here I equal to m. Let's say the first. So over here we will give the first number. So the first number will be 5. So and the first number 5 will go over here for m. So right now we'll click OK, and then it will ask us for the second number. Let's say the second number will be this one for n. So let's say it will be 10. So here we're going to say 10, and if you click OK, it's not showing us anything. So I think the reason is, so here you can see variable m equal to this one. So whenever you write anything in the prompt, it normally counted as a string. So in order to turn it into an integer, we are going to say over here parse int, then we'll keep this prompt into this parse integer. Okay, so right now let's say over here parse int, and we'll keep the prompt for the second number as well. So right now if we save it, then let's just keep the first number, which will be 5, and the second number will be 10, and if we click OK, here you can see it printed total 5 times, and that is supposed to happen because the first number was 5 and the second number was 10, so the loop was supposed to go for 5 times. So this is all about this tutorial for loop. I hope you find this tutorial easy, and if you have any question, you can always let me know in the comment section. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about ternary operator in JavaScript. So using ternary operator, we can write 10 or 15 line of code in a single 2 or 3 line. So I'll give you first a if-else example, and using that if-else example, I'm going to show you the ternary operator. So first of all, let's go and declare variable. Let's say var number equal to 5. So here we'll give a if condition. If number smaller than 10, then we'll print something. Then we'll say over here document dot write, it will be number smaller than 10, and then we'll again give else condition. We'll say over here else, we'll say document dot write, let's just say over here nothing. So if here you can see, if the number is smaller than 10, then it will print number smaller than 10, else it will print nothing. So right now here you can see the number is already smaller than 10, so it will print number smaller than 10. So let me just refresh my browser. So here you can see number smaller than 10. So right now let's say over here 11. If we now save it, it will give us number, it will give us nothing. So right now how we can write this using ternary function. So let me just first make this if condition comment out. So here right now what we will do is that we'll declare a variable, let's say var result equal to, so here we are going to mention this if condition, and we can just simply write it over here number smaller than 10, and then we'll give a question mark, and then we'll just say this number smaller than 10. Let me just copy it and paste it here. So this will be the if condition, and in order to write else condition, we just need to give this clone over here, and then we can just say over here nothing. So right now, and indeed with a semicolon. So right now we'll just say over here document dot write to first bracket, and here we're going to write this result. So let me just copy it, paste it here. So right now it will check if the number is smaller than 10, then it will store this on this number smaller than 10 in this result variable. If this first condition is false, then it will store this nothing in this result variable. So here you can see we are able to simply just write this if else condition in just a single line. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh, it will keep the nothing because over here the number is 11, so it will go to nothing. So right now let's just say over here number is 8. So right now it should give us number smaller than 10. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh here you can see number smaller than 10. So what if you have instead of on, you have 3 condition. 3 condition means number smaller than 10, then number greater than 10. So right now how do we write it? In the if else condition, we just write over here else if, then to first bracket, then we say over here number is greater than 10, like this, right? So let me just write it properly over here, and here we'll say number greater than 10. So if the value of number is greater than 10, then it will print this one, right? So how do we write this over here? So in order to write this, all you have to do is that we'll say over here number is greater than 10, then question mark over here, then we'll say this number greater than 10, and after it we'll say this one, which is nothing, which is the else condition. So right now, if we save it, then if we now refresh here, it will give us the same output. So let's change the number from 8 to, let's say, 18. Save it. So it should give us this second one, which is number greater than 10. So right now, if we refresh, here you can see number greater than 10. So yeah, this is how you can use 10 operation in JavaScript. So this will make your code really easier, and you can just write everything in just a single line, no matter how many conditions you have. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something new from this tutorial. If you have any question, you can let me know in the comment section, and I would like to really appreciate if you subscribe this channel. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial, I am going to talk about functions in JavaScript. So here, in order to write function in our JavaScript, first of all, we need to say over here function. And after this, we need to give our function name. You can name your function name anything. Let's just say over here hello. You can name it basically anything. And here, after value, we need to give to first bracket, and then we need to give to second bracket. So inside this we can write a lot of condition, or we can add some value, multiply some value, anything we want. So here let's declare a variable. Let's send var num on equal to 5. Then we'll say over here var result equal to, let's say we want to find the multiplication of number on into number on. It means 5 into 5. So let's say over here number 1 into number 1. So right now we will print this result. So for it, we'll say over here document dot write, then to first bracket, let's say over here the result is, then let's just give over here a plus sign, and let's mention this result over here. So right now, after this result, let's also add the br tag. So we'll give to double quotation, and here we'll say over here br. So right now here you can see that we have a function called value, and we declare a variable, and we are trying to find the multiplication, and here we print the total result. So we should get the result is 25, right? So right now if we refresh, we will not get the result is 25. Let me just show you. If I just open it in the Google Chrome, over here you can see that there is no value over here. The reason is over here we are writing a function, and here the function is value, and in order to show this we need to call this function called value. So right now if we just say over here value to first bracket and into with a semicolon, here it means we are calling the function value, which is this one, and only then it will show us the result. So right now if we save it, we will see the result is 25, because right now we are calling the function value over here. So what will happen is that our computer will come to the skip part, and it will see the function value over here, but we did not call the function, so it will not execute anything. But when it will come down, you will see over here we call the function value, so it will go over there, and then it will do whatever it needs to do, and then print the result over here. So right now if we save it, then refresh here you can see the result is 25. So right now if we want, we can also pass a parameter using the value. What do I mean by that? Let's say over here inside the value, if we just give over here 7, and here we mention a variable var number 1, right? So we'll remove this from here, and we'll say over here number 1. So what will happen is that when our computer come over here, it will see over here the value, and it will see over here 7. So it will count this 7 as the value of number 1. So it will go over here, and it will multiply 7 into 7. So we'll get the result. The result is 49. Let me just show you. Save it. Then if we now refresh here you can see the result is 49. If you want, you can send multiple parameter from here. Let's say 7 comma 10, and here we are going to say number comma number 2. Since we give 2 parameter over here, so we also require to give 2 parameter. If you give on, it will not work. So 7, so here number 1 into, let's say, number 2, So 7 into 10, it will be 70, right? So right now, if we now refresh here you can see the result is 70. You can you can call the function multiple time. Let me just show you. Let's say over here it's 3 4 into 10, then let's say over here 2 into 3. So we'll see the result total of 3 times because we call the function value 3 times with different value. So right now if we refresh here you can see the result is 70, then 40, and then 6. So here you can see we are able to call the function multiple times. So this is how you can use function in JavaScript. So this was the basics of JavaScript that I tried to show in this tutorial. I hope you find this simple. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and I will see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to Eptic Knowledge. In this tutorial we are going to talk about arrays in JavaScript. So for example, let's say you need to have or you need to declare 200 or 100 country names. So for it you need to declare 100 variable over here. So does it make any sense? So let's just say in the skip tag, let's say over here var country on equal to, we'll say here USA. Then in another variable we're going to say var country 2 equal to Canada. So like this, we have to write all the country name one by one. Now this doesn't make sense. So in order to make this org simple, we can use array. So instead of mentioning the country name again and again, we can just use array to make our org easier. So here we can do is that we'll just over here var country equal to, we'll say over here new array, and we'll give to first bracket over here, and inside this first bracket we can mention how many data this variable will have. Let's say we want to keep 50 country name over here, then we need to say over here 50. So for this tutorial 6, let's just say over here 5. So how we can store data in the country variable one by one. So for it, what we have to do is that we can just say over here country, and then we'll give to third bracket, and here you can see 0. 0, right? So in array the number always start from 0, and 5 means the array will end at 4. Okay, so let's say over here country 0 equal to USA. Then let me just copy this and I'll just paste it 4 times, 1 2 3 and 4. So here the index number will be 1, and let's say over here Canada, and then here index number will be 2, and here let's say Germany, then index number 3, let's say over here Japan, and here in the index number last one index number will be 4, and here let's say over here India. So right now if we just say over here console.log, and we'll give to first bracket, and here let's say we only want to print the last one, which is India. So here we'll just say country 4. So we can just simply declare a single variable, and using array we can get all the country name in that single variable. So that's the benefit of using array. So right now if we save it, then we'll refresh our browser, and right now we write over here console.log. So it means we need to right click on our browser, and then we'll go to inspect, and in the inspect we'll go to console. Over here you can see India. You need to go to console, and if you go to console you will see India. So right now if we say over here, let's say country 2, so country 2 should show us Germany, right? So right now if we save it, then if we refresh here you can see Germany. And if we just remove the array, I mean remove the third bracket and the number from here, and if we just say over here country, it will show us all the country name. Let me just save it, and let me just refresh here, and here you can see we can see all the country name. And here you can see that we mentioned the number of array over here, which is 5. If you do not mention it, that's fine as well, that will still work. Let me just save it and let me refresh here. Here you can see it's still working. So right now let's add, let's say one more country over here. Let's say country 5, and let's say over here Pakistan. And right now if we save it, obviously we'll see the Pakistan over here as well. Here you can see Pakistan. So how many country do you have over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So instead of counting, we can just get the length using length function. So for it, what we can do is that here you can see we printing the country name over here, right? So if we just over here country dot length, then if we save it, then it will give us how many data we have in the array, which is 6 in total. So right now if we save, then if we refresh, here you can see we got 6. And there is one more way to mention array, and that is instead of writing it like this, new array like this, we can write it a little bit different. Okay, let me just comment this out so that you can see. So right now here we are going to say var country equal to, we'll give to third bracket and to double quotation, and inside it we are going to mention the country name. Let's say first USA, then give a comma, and here we are going to mention Canada, then Germany, then Japan, and after that India. Let's just say only this 5. So right now if we save it and let's just remove the dot length, we still will be able to get all the country name. Let me just save it, then refresh here, and here you can see all the country. So right now we can also get a single data from here as well. So here this is index number 0, array starts from 0 as you already know. So let's say we want to get Germany, let's say Japan. So for it we need to say 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So we'll say over here in the third bracket 3. So right now if we save it, we'll be able to get Japan over here. Here you can see Japan. We'll also be able to get the length as well if we want. As I already showed you, all you have to do is just say over here length length. Let me just show you again. Refresh, and here you can see 5. So right now let me introduce you to a function called push. So using push we can add a one more data in this array. Let me just show you with example. We'll say over here country, which is this variable, and we saw over here country dot push, then we'll keep to first bracket, and inside this we are going to say Korea. So right now let me just remove the length from here. So right now if we save this, then if we now refresh our browser, we'll see Korea will be added at the end of our array. It means after India. So right now if we refresh here you can see Korea is added at the end of India. So right now let me introduce you the pop function. So what pop function do? Pop function, push function add one more data in the array, and pop function like delete or remove the last data from the array. So right now let me just remove this. So right now if we just say over here pop, and we'll keep this empty over here, and if we now save it, then if we refresh, India will not show in the browser. So right now let's refresh, and here you can see India is not over here. If you want to remove one more, what you can do is that you can just copy it and paste it over here. So this will remove the last 2 country from here. So save and refresh, and here you can see there is only 3 country over here. You can also use push as many times as you want. The same goes for pop as well. So right now let's say we have 2 variable where, or we have 2 array variables, and we want to concat those array variable. We can do that as well. Let's say over here var country 2, let's say over here country 1, and this will be country 2 equal to third bracket, and let's say over here Bangladesh, and here then we're going to say over here Nepal, and let's say we want to concat country 1 and country 2. So for it, let's declare another variable var country equal to, we are going to say country on dot concat to first bracket, and we say country 2. So this should concat country on and country 2. So right now if we save it, and here we are already console.log the country. So right now if we save it, then if we refresh here, okay, we got a error concat. Okay, we made a spelling mistake. We need to remove the e from here. So right now concat. So right now let's save it again and let's refresh here again. And here you can see all the countries added over here. So this was the basics of array in JavaScript. I hope you find this tutorial easy. If you have any question, you can always let me know in the comment section. And I will actually really appreciate if you subscribe this channel. I will upload more JavaScript tutorial in the future. So stay tuned and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can loop an array in JavaScript. So first of all, let's go and declare an array. So let's say over here var number. Let's just over here num equal to, and we'll give two third bracket, and inside it we'll have some array value. So let's have some number. So let's say over here 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. Let's say we'll have 5 number in this array, and when we write number in the array, we do not need to write it inside single quotation or double quotation. We only write to give single quotation or double quotation when we write string. Okay, so for number we do not have to do anything like that. So right now if you want to print this, what we can do is that we can just say over here console.log, then to first bracket, and here we can say number, then to third bracket, and here we can mention the index number. Here the index number always start from 0, as you already know. So here if you give 0, it will print 10. So right now if we save it and if we just open it in the browser, and right now we'll directly go to, and right now we'll just right click on our browser, then here we'll go to the inspect function, and if you go to inspect, then here you can see console option over here. If you click console, here you can see the value 10 over here. Let me just make it bigger like this. So here you can see 10 over here. So right now here let's go and print some more things as well. If you want to print all of them, then we need to write everything one by one. Like over here we need to write over here 1, then 2, then over here 3, and here the last one will be 4, since the index number start from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So right now if we save it, then refresh here, we can see all the number over here. Now this is a problem that you have to write all the number one by one. So for that reason we need to use loop over here. So right now what we'll do is that, let me just remove this. So over here we're going to mention for loop. We'll say over here for, and let's declare variable var I equal to 0. Then we'll give semicolon over here. Then we'll say over here I smaller than 5, because we have total 5 number over here. So we'll say over here I smaller than 5. Then here we'll give again semicolon, and then we'll say I plus plus. Let's just keep to second bracket, and here we're going to say console.log to first bracket, and here we'll just say number to third bracket, and inside this third bracket all we need to do is that we need to mention the I variable. So what it will do is that at the beginning the value of I will be 0, so it will print 10, then the value of I will be 1, then it will print 20, and like this it will print eventually 50. So right now if we save, then refresh, we'll see the same value over here. Now let's say you want to find out the sum of total number of this number or of this array. So for it, what we can do is that we can just declare another variable. Let's say var sum equal to 0. Then we'll come inside this for loop, and here we're going to say sum equal to sum plus number to third bracket I. So what it will do is that at the beginning the value of sum is 0. So it will do 0 plus 10. So the sum value will be 10. And For the second time, the value of I will be on, so it means the number value will be 20. So 10 plus 20 equal to 30. So the sum value will be 30. So like this we will be able to get the total summation of those 5 value. So right now if we just print out the sum value after the for loop, we will get the total sum. Let's over here console.log, and here if we just over here sum, we'll get the total value. Let's save, then let's refresh here, refresh my browser, and here you can see we are able to get the total value. So this is how you can use for loop in array in JavaScript. So I hope this tutorial was useful. So make sure to give a like and subscribe this channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial, we are going to see two-dimensional array in JavaScript. Small brief of what two-dimensional array is. So first of all, here I have an image over here to explain you what two-dimensional array is. So here you can see that this is a table for player info here, and this is the player name and this is the player score. Okay. So right now here, in order to print this first name, what do we need to do, or what do we need to write in the index, and that will be 0 0. And how is this? Here we can see the name over here Ashaful is on the 0 index, and here you can see at the top of the name and the score there is 0 and on the left side you can see 0 1 2 3 and 4. So for getting the first name, we need to give the index number 0 and 0. So this index number 0 and 0 will give us the name. And then index number 0 and 1 will give us the score over here. So this one will give us the score, which is 95, 0 and 1. And 0 and 0 will give us the name. Let's just over here name. So index number 1 and 0 will give us this name, which is Sakib. So here 1 and 0 will give us the name Sakib, and 1 and 1 will give us this value, which is 19. So on index number will give us 19. The same way, the same thing goes for index number 2. Here you can see 2 0 will give us this name, and 2 and on will give us this value, which is 3. Like the same way you will get the 4. And here you will notice that on the right side you can see only 0 and on, 0 on 0 on 0 on, because since this is a two-dimensional array, so we cannot have any value greater than on, so we'll only have 0 and on. But on the left side here you can see 0 1 2 3 4. It can be as any number as it possible. It can be like 7 8 9 10 100. But on the right side this will be always 0 and on. If it's three-dimensional, then it can be 0 on and 2. But for two-dimensional it will be only 0 and on. So I hope you get the basics. So right now we'll move to the coding section so that you will be more clear about this. So let's go to our code editor, and here in the script let's declare a variable over here. Let's say var, and let's say player info. So inside this variable player info we'll write a two-dimensional array. So in order to write array we need to give two third bracket, and here indeed with a semicolon. Since this is a two-dimensional array, so we need to write it like this. So inside this two third bracket we'll give another two third bracket. So here first we'll give the name over here. Let's say name will be John, and after the name we'll give the score over here. Let's say here 45. So after this we'll give a comma over here. Then let me just copy this, and here we are going to say, let's say Adam, and his score is, let's say 75. Then again comma, and here we are going to say Sam, and let's just give one more. Let's over here Yamin, and his score is, let's say 55. So right now here you can see how we can write the three-dimensional array. Inside the two third bracket we give multiple third bracket, and inside every third bracket we have two data over here. So right now let's make it in a way so that you can understand it more clearly. So let's write it like this. So I hope this is more clear to you right now. So this is two-dimensional array. So in order to print any value over here, how do you print it? So in order to print it, what we have to do is that let's over here console.log, and we'll give to first bracket. Then here let's say we want to print John. So in order to print John, here as the image suggests us, in order to print the first name over here, the index was 0 0, right? So here we are going to say over here, first we'll mention this player info name over here, then we'll give to third bracket, okay. So we'll say over here 0 and 0, so this will print John. So right now let's save it and let's go to our browser. Let me just refresh and let's go to our console. So I'll just right click over here, click inspect, and then I'll go to over here this console part. If you click console, here you can see John. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Here you can see John. So right now let's say you want to print these values. So for it, what you have to do is that we'll just copy this, then paste it here. We'll say 0 on. So 0 on will print this value over here, as I already showed you in the picture over here. Here you can see 0 and on will represent this value, which will be 0 on. So here if you say 0 on, then save it, then refresh here. Here you can see John and the value 45. Now let's say you want to print this on. So for it, let me just copy this and paste it here, and for this one it will be on 0 and on. Let me just show you the picture again. Here you can see on and 0, on and on. Here you can see on 0, on. So right now if we save, then if we refresh here you can see we got all the names over here. So right now it's not possible to write all the console.log for every data. What if we have 100 data over here? It's not logical to write console.log for every data. So for it, what we can do is that we can use for loop to print those data. But since this is two-dimensional array, we need to use two for loop in order to print them. So first of all, let's say over here for, let's declare variable I equal to 0, and here we'll say I smaller than, here you can see that we have 1 2 3 4 data, so we'll say I smaller than 4, and then we'll say I plus plus, then we'll give to second bracket. Since I already mentioned we need to use two for loop, and we need to use two for loop, another for loop inside this for loop. So right now let's say again for, we'll say var j is equal to 0. I'll explain this, don't worry. And here you can see that we have total number of 4 data, and here you can see in the two third bracket we have total number of 2 data. So j cannot be greater than 2, so we'll say j smaller than 2, and then we'll say j plus plus, and we'll again give to second bracket. So right now let me just write one more line, then I'll explain. So here we'll say console.log to first bracket, and here we're going to say player info, then give to third bracket. So inside the first one we'll say I, and inside the second one we'll say j. So let me now explain. So first of all, inside this for loop, first of all it will come over here and it will see I equal to 0. Then it will come over here, it will see j is equal to 0. So here, then it will go over here and the value will be 0 0. So it will print John. So it's still in the for loop. So then In this for loop, it will go, the value of j will become on, since we write over here j plus plus. So then it will print 0 and on. I value is still 0. Okay, 0 and on. So after that, the value of j will be 2. So this condition will be false. So then it will go back to over here. So this time the value of I will be on, and then it will come over here and the value will be on 0, then it will be 1 on. So like this it will print all the name over here. So right now if we now save it, then if we just refresh our browser over here, here you can see all the names over here. So this is how you can print all the names in two-dimensional array. So I hope you have clear concept on two-dimensional array. So if you have any question or if you face any problem, you can let me know in the comment section, and I will really appreciate if you subscribe this channel. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next JavaScript tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial we are going to talk about how to create object and constructor in JavaScript. So first of all, let's say we have a student data, and a student may have his name, age and his CGPA. Now there can be thousands of students in a school or in any university or college. So are you going to declare variable for every student? The answer is no, obviously. So for that case, in order to make our work easier, we can use object. So before that, let me just write over here some variable. Let's say var name equal to John, and let's say here var age equal to, let's say 27, and let's say var CGPA equal to 4.75, or var, not car, so var CGPA. So right now if you want to print this, you need to say over here console.log, then to first bracket, and here let's say name. And if you also want to print the age and CGPA, we also need to do the same thing. Let me just copy this, then paste it here and here. So here I am going to say age, and here we'll say CGPA. So right now let's save this, and right now let's go to our browser. Okay, let's go to our project folder over here, and let's open our project. So right now I'll just right click over here, then go to inspect option, and over here you can see console. Let me just zoom in over here. Here you can see console. If I just click console, here you can see John 27 and 4.75 CGPA. Now we might have like hundreds of students, so it's not possible to declare variable for every student. So for it we need to use object. So how do we write object? So in order to write object, again we need to say over here var, then we'll say over here student on equal to, we'll give two second bracket, and inside this we're going to mention the name, age and CGPA. So let's say over here name, and we need to give clone over here instead of equal sign, and here we're going to say John. Let's say John, and then we'll give a comma over here. After name we'll have age, so here we'll say age, let's say 25, then comma, not semicolon, and let's say here CGPA clone, let's say 4.25, and for the last one we do not require to give any comma. So this is how you can declare a object. Here you can see that first of all we just declare a variable var student on equal to, we give a second bracket over here, and inside this we mention name, age and CGPA. Now how do we print this? So in order to print it, we need to say over here console.log, then to first bracket, and here you can see we write over here student on. So this is an object, so we say over here student on dot name. It means we want to get the name of student on. So right now if we save this, let me just remove this console.log from here and them as well. So right now if we save this, and then if we refresh our browser, we can see over here John. If you want to print age or CGPA, we can do that as well. We can see over here student on dot age, then say over here student on dot CGPA. So save it, then refresh here. Here you can see John, age and CGPA. So if you have multiple students, then what you can do is that, let me just copy this, then paste it over here. So here instead of student on, we'll say student 2, but we do not have to change anything over here. Name ACGPA will still be the same. We'll just change the name value over here. Let's say name value will be Yamin, age will be 26 and CGPA will be 6.3. So right now if you want to print this, all you have to do is that, let me just copy this, then we'll just say over here student 2 instead of student on. Then we'll also be able to print this student variable as well. So right now if we save this, then if we refresh here we can see we are able to print both of them. So using object make our work more easier, but we can make this more easier using constructor. So how do we write constructor? In order to write constructor, we need to say over here function, and normally constructors start with capital S. So we say over here student. It will start with capital S, then we'll give to first bracket and then we'll give to second bracket. So right now inside this first bracket we'll say over here name, comma age, comma CGPA, and then inside this function we'll say this dot name equal to name. Then let me just copy this and I'll paste it 2 times. So here it will be this dot age equal to age and this dot CGPA equal to CGPA. So this is called constructor, and here what will happen is that we will send name, age and CGPA, and then what it will do is that it will store that specific name in this dot name object. Then the same thing will happen for age and CGPA. Let me just show you. So here right now we do not require this var student on, those things over here. So here we are just going to say var student 1 equal to, here we are going to say new, and here you can see student, this constructor or this function, we are going to mention this function student over here. Then we'll give to first bracket, and here we are going to mention the name over here. Let's say it will be Michael, then age will be for Michael 34 and CGPA will be 3.35. So over here we give the name, age and CGPA over here. So what will happen is that it will call the function student and it will give the name over here Michael, age and CGPA, and those name, age and CGPA will be stored over here in this dot name object. Okay, now let's give a few more student data over here. Let's say student 2 over here, and then we'll say over here student 3. So let's say over here name will be Shakil, and here the name will be Smith, age 26 and CGPA let's say 4.35, and for Smith age will be let's say 56 and CGPA will be 3.78. Okay, so right now how do we display them? The process is similar. In order to display let's say student on data, in order to display student on data, all we have to do is that we need to say over here just like before console.log student on dot name. So it will print the student on name, then age and then CGPA. So right now if we save it, we will see Michael, age 34 and CGPA 3.35. So right now if we just refresh here you can see Michael 34 and 3.35. So right now if we just again console.log for let's say student 3, here you can see Smith, so here we say student 3. So we should be able to see Michael and Smith in the browser. So right now if we refresh here we can see Michael 34, age 3.35 CGPA, and here you can see Smith 56 and 3.78. So right now there is more easier way to print things using constructor, and that is we can use another display object in this constructor. So right now let me just remove one of them. So right now here we are going to say, we'll just say over here this dot display equal to function, then to first bracket, and here we are going to give to second bracket. So right now what we are going to do is that we are going to just copy them from here and we will paste it inside this display functions. Here instead of student on dot name we are going to say this dot name, then this dot age and this dot CGPA. So we'll say over here this dot name, age and CGPA. So here first of all what will happen is that here we are calling the constructor student function over here, and we are sending the name, age and CGPA in this function, and then this function will store that specific name, age and CGPA in this variable or in this object. Then if we call that specific object for this display function, then we'll call that specific name, age and CGPA. Let me just show you how do you call this display function. So for it, here you can see we have student on data. So here we are going to say student on dot display. So it means we are calling or we are sending this data over here and we want to display that data, and we already mentioned over here console.log, so it will show that name, age and CGPA. So right now if we save it, we should be able to see Michael in the browser. Refresh, here you can see Michael. If you want to, let's say, print the second student data, all we have to do is that we need to say over here student2 dot display. So we'll be able to see Shakil 26 and 4.35. So let's just go to our browser, let's refresh. Here you can see Shakil 26 and 4.35. So those are the basics of object and constructor in JavaScript. I hope this tutorial was useful to you. If you have any question, you can always let me know in the comment section, and I will really appreciate if you subscribe this channel. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginners to advanced. In this tutorial we are going to talk about DOM in JavaScript. So what is DOM? DOM means document object model. So using document function we can get the element from the HTML, and using JavaScript document function we can remove or change that element. So let me just show you with example. So inside the body, let's just mention h1 tag and let's say here hello JavaScript. And right now what we'll do is that we want to get this hello JavaScript inside the JavaScript. So here for it what we need to do is that we need to mention the document function. We'll say over here document dot get, U will be capital, element B will be capital and I will be capital. And here this is case sensitive. If you make any spelling mistake over here, it will not work. So right now we'll give two first bracket and two double quotation or single quotation. So here what we are doing is that we mention over here document dot get element by ID. It means we want to get a element by ID. So over here if we want to get this element, we need to mention over here ID. So let's say over here ID, it will be greeting. And here if we just mention this ID greeting, over here we will be able to get this inside this document.get element by ID. So right now if we save this, then if we just go to our browser, then if we refresh, here you can see hello JavaScript. So how can we understand that we are able to get the hello JavaScript text inside this document.get element by ID? So for it what we will do is that we'll just right click on our browser, then click inspect option, then we'll go to the console option, and inside this console what we are going to do is that we'll just copy this document.get element by ID greeting, and we'll just paste it over here, and if you just press enter, here you can see hello JavaScript. We are able to get this element. So right now, let's say using JavaScript we want to change this HTML text, so we can do that as well. So here after this, what we will do is that we will give a dot, and we are going to say over here inner HTML equal to double quotation, and here we will say by. So here what it will do is that it will change this id greetings inner HTML to by. So here you can see hello JavaScript will be replaced by. So right now, if we now save it, then if we just refresh here you can see by, not hello JavaScript. So we can just write this in a better manner. So let me just show you. Let me just replace this over here, and let's just declare a variable var test equal to document dot get element by id. Then after this, we are going to say over here test dot inner HTML equal to, we can say by 2 or anything. So this will work as well. So right now let's save this, and if we now refresh here we can see by 2. So basically what we are doing is that we are storing this document.getElement by id greeting inside this test, and then we are saying test.inner HTML equal to by 2. So it will basically replace this hello JavaScript with by 2. So right now let's say we have one more tag over here, and the same h1 tag, you can mention p tag as well, and let's say over here greeting 2, and we'll say hello JavaScript part 2. And right now let's say we want to get the element not by id but by tag. Tag means this h1 tag, p tag, anchor tag, anything. So we want to get the element by tag. So for it, what we have to do is that, okay, let's just keep it the way it is, and let me just remove this part, and here you can see document.getElement. So here instead of document.getElement, we are going to say elements. We need to say elements since we have multiple tag, and here we say doc elements by tag name. And after this, which tag we want to use? We want to use the h1 tag. So here we are going to say h1, and here we have multiple h1 tags, so we need to mention the index number over here. So index number will be 0. Even if you have single h1 tag, you still need to mention the index number for tag name. And after this, we can say over here inner HTML anything. Let's just say over here inner HTML equal to, we are going to say by tag. So basically it will change the first one element to by tag. So right now if we save it and then refresh here you can see by tag. And if you want to change the element name by class name, we can do that as well. So let's say over here instead of id, we can say over here class, and then since we want to get the element by class, so here what we need to do is that, okay, let me just copy this and paste it here. Let's just remove var text, that's not required. So here we say get elements, there will be s by, it will be class name, and here inside this we need to mention the class name, which is greeting2, and here we'll mention greeting2. And for class name we also require to mention the index number as well, and let's say over here by class name. So right now this should replace this one hello JavaScript part 2. So right now if we save it then refresh, here you can see by tag by class name. So basically in this tutorial I showed you how you can select a specific HTML elements in JavaScript and how we can replace them. So in the next tutorial we will probably see how we can change certain things on button click using JavaScript. So this is all about this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe this channel and I will see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial we are going to see query selector in JavaScript. So basically query selector can do the same thing that we do with getUnion by ID, class name or tag name. And using query selector we can get everything just in query selector all add-ons. So let me just show you. So right now let me just remove this, and here you can see we have a h-on tag, and inside h-on tag we have ID greeting, hello JavaScript greeting on, and here we have another h-on tag, and here we have a class greeting to hello JavaScript greeting to. So right now if we save this and if we go to our browser, here you can see hello JavaScript greeting on and greeting to. So right now I'm going to show you with example how query selector works. So here I'm going to say document dot query selector, and then we'll give to first bracket, and here we'll give to single quotation or double quotation, doesn't matter. So inside this we are going to mention the ID. So here we'll just give our here first, since this is ID we need to give hash, and we'll say greeting. Then we're going to say our here inner HTML equal to single quotation, and let's just say our here hello. So right now using query selector we can basically get ID or class name or the tag name. So this will make our work more simple and easier. So right now if we save this, then if we now refresh here we can see hello. So right now let's do the same thing for our class name. Let me just show you example. So right now instead of, okay, let me just copy this and I'm going to paste it over here. So here we have greeting to. So let me copy this, and here since this is a class name we'll give our here dot and we'll say greeting to, and let's just say hello greeting to. Let me just make it smaller. So here you can see that basically we are saying query selector for both ID and for class name, but it will do same work just like document dot getUnion by ID or getUnion by class name. So right now if we save this and if we refresh over here you can see greeting to. So using query selector we can basically get both ID and the class. So right now let me just go over here, come to the browser, then I'll click over here inspector option, and then we'll go to console. So right now I'll give you the example for the tag name from the console. So first of all let me just remove this from here, and let me just cut this from here. Let's save this and let's just refresh over here. So here you can see hello JavaScript greeting on and greeting to. So over here we are going to write the JavaScript code for that tag. So here we'll say document.query selector for tag we need to say over here all, L will be smaller, and here instead of greeting we are going to say over here h-on tag, and over here we just need to mention the index number. So the first one will be index number will be 0, for the second one the index number will be 1. So right now we'll just say over here to third bracket, and inside this we are going to say over here 0. Let me just make it smaller. Okay, so here you can see we write over here document dot get selector all, then we mention the tag name over here which is h-on. So right now if I just press enter over here you can see it changed over here. So if you want to get the second one, then all you have to do is that, okay, let me just copy this and paste it over here, and here we're going to change the index number to on, and let's just say over here ABCD, and if we now press enter here you can see it changed to ABCD. So basically using query selector we can get ID or class name or tag name. So this is all about query selector basic. So I hope you learned something new in this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any question you can always let me know in the comment section, and if you want more video like this then make sure to subscribe this channel, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial we are going to see on click event in JavaScript. So let me just first make a button over here. So over here we'll say button, and inside it we are going to say click me. So right now let me just save this and let me just open it in the browser. Over here you can see we have a button over here, click me. Let me just zoom in. Here we have the button click me. So right now what we want is that when we click this button, we want to show it a alert, let's say. So here inside the button we can show over here on click equal to, we'll give to double quotation, and inside it we are going to show over here alert. Then we'll give to first bracket and we'll give to single quotation, not double quotation, because we already have double quotation outside alert, so we need to use single quotation. If you use double quotation you will get a error. So here we are going to say you clicked the button. So right now if we just save this and if we just now click on the button click me, it should give us an alert that you click the button. Let me just save this and let's go to our browser, let's refresh here, and here if I just click over here, here you can see it gives us an alert you click the button. So right now we can just write it in a proper way. So instead of mentioning the alert directly over here, we'll just mention a function name, and let's say here function name will be show message, and then we'll give to first bracket. So right now we'll go inside this skip tag at the end of our body, and here we're going to say function show message, then to first bracket. Okay, let's just keep the M capital, I think that will be easier to read. Then we'll give to second bracket, and here we're going to say over here alert you clicked the button. So it will basically do the same thing. So let's save this and let's just refresh here again, and if you click over here, here you can see you click the button. So basically here when you are clicking on this button, it will call this function show message, and this function will show us the alert. Now let's say we have one more button over here. Let me just copy this and let's over here click me to, and instead of show message we'll say show message to. So let me just copy this and I will just paste it over here, and here we'll say show message to and you click the button to. So right now let's save this again, let's refresh here. We have two buttons over here. If we click on this, it will show you click the button, and if you click on this click me to, it will show you click the button to. So right now basically we can use on click event not only in button, in other tag as well, like anchor tag or p tag. Let me just show you. Here we'll give a p tag, and let's say in the p tag we'll say here hello, and inside the p tag we can say over here on click equal to alert to first bracket to single quotation, and we'll say here hello. Let me just save this, refresh here. We have a text over here, you can see hello, and if I click on this it still shows the alert. So right now let's say when you click on the button, then it will change the text. So for it what we need to do is that let's go back to our code and let's remove the on click from the p tag, and let's say when you click a button it will change the text from here. And right now inside this p tag we are going to mention an id, and let's say over here id name will be message. Let's save this, and here right now let's just remove the alert from here, and inside this show message function we are going to say make declare variable var text equal to document dot, we'll use query selector, then to first bracket to single quotation or double quotation, and we'll give a hash over here and we'll mention the id. Let me just copy this, then paste it over here, and after this here we are going to mention this text, and we'll just say over here text dot inner html equal to double quotation, and let's say inside this double quotation we are going to say hello from button on. So what it will do is that when you click on the button click me, what it will do is that it will select the text from the p tag over here from this id, and then it will change the text from hello to hello from button on. So let's save this and let's just refresh here, and if you click on the first button, here you can see the text changed over here. Let's do the same thing for the second button as well. So here let me just copy this and we're going to paste it over here, and first of all we still need to get the id for this p tag, and then here we're going to say hello from button 2. So right now save, then refresh here, and if I click over here, click me hello form button on, and if I click this button, click me 2, here you can see hello form button 2. And we can also make this code a little bit simple, and here you can see we write var text document dot query selector message 2 times, so we can just do it on time. Let me just remove this and remove this as well. So what we'll do is that before the function, just inside the script, first we'll mention this var text equal to document dot query selector message. So this way this var text will be able to get in both function, show message and show message 2. Okay, so right now if we save this, it will still do the same thing. Here you can see hello form button on and hello form button 2. So this is all about this tutorial. So in the next tutorial we'll see how we can change image on button click in JavaScript. I hope you like this tutorial and you learned something new from this tutorial. If you have any question, you can let me know in the comment section, and if you want more video like this, then make sure to subscribe this channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can show image or change image on button click in JavaScript. So here, first of all, inside the body let's go and create a button. So over here we are going to say button, and let's over here first image, and inside this button we are going to mention a on click event. So we'll say here on click equal to, and we need to mention a function name. Let's say function name will be the same thing, first image. So here we are going to say first image, then we also need to give 2 first bracket for function. So right now let's go and create another button. Let me copy this and paste it here. So we are going to say over here second image, and here we will also say second image in the on click as well, second image. So right now if you want to show image, we need to write the image tag. So here in the body we are going to say image. So inside this image, at the beginning let's say the source will be empty, and here let's give the height for the image. Height will be 300 and width it will be 300 as well. So let's just save this and let's just refresh our browser. Here you can see we have the broken image because there is no image, and we have the button over here. Okay, let's just do one thing, that is let's use br tag over here, br. So let's save this and let's go to our browser, let's refresh. Okay, here you can see first image and second image at the bottom, and here you can see there is a broken image. We will fix this, but first of all let's do one thing, that is if we click on the first image it will show image, if we click on the second image it will show another image. So for it let's go to our code editor again, and here we'll directly go to the script tag. First of all inside the script we are going to declare a variable. Let's say var my image equal to, and we are going to say over here document dot query selector, and we'll give 2 first bracket then 2 double quotation, and inside this first of all we want to get the image tag over here. We want to first of all in this my image variable we want to get the image. So here inside this we are going to mention an id. So let's say in the image we are going to mention an id over here. Let's just say image id. So let me just copy this and we'll give a hash over here for id, and then we'll say over here image id. So basically we will be able to select this image tag using this document dot query selector. So right now we are going to mention the function name, which is first image function and second image function. So here we are going to say function first image then 2 second bracket, and inside it what we are going to do is that here we are going to mention this variable over here, then we'll say over here dot, and after that here you can see that source equal to hash. So over here we are going to mention that source for the image. So inside the source we are going to mention the image name. So here you can already see over here I have an image over here, image on and image 2. Let me just show you in the folder. Over here you can see image on and image 2. So basically we'll just mention that image on over here. So we'll say over here image on dot jpg. You need to make sure that you write the extension properly. So right now if we save this, then if we just go to our browser, refresh, and then if we click on the first image, here you can see it is showing us the image. So if you click second image, it will not show us anything because we did not write anything for the second image. So let me just copy this function and paste it over here. We're going to say here second image, and this time the image will be image 2. So right now let's save this, then refresh here, let's click first image, and here you can see an image, and if you click second image you can see different image. So basically what is happening is that here first of all we are mentioning id, image id equal to image id. So in this script variable we are getting that, or we are selecting that id. So after that we are, whenever someone click on the button first image, they will call the function first image, which is this one, and then inside this function we are saying that the source for the image is image_on.jpg. So it will change the image to image_on.jpg, and if someone click on the second button, then it will change the image to image2.jpg. So basically this is what this does. So first of all, here you can see at the beginning when we refresh we see a broken image. So what you can do is that at the beginning we will show the first image by default. So here instead of giving hash, we can say over here image on dot jpg. So let's save this, then let's refresh here. So at the beginning it will show us the first image, and if you click second image it will show us the second image, and if you click first image it will show us the first image. So this is how you can use button to change images in JavaScript. So I hope you learned something new from this tutorial. If you have any question, you can let me know in the comment section. And if you want more video like this, then make sure to subscribe this channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript tutorial for beginner to advanced. So in this tutorial we are going to see how to change background color on button click in JavaScript. So first of all, let's go and create a button over here. We're going to say over here button, and let's say over here, we'll say over here black. So once we click this button, the background color of our web page will be black. So for it, inside this button we'll call a on click event. We'll say over here on click equal to two double quotation, and let's say over here color black. Let's just make the big capital so that we can easily read it, and for mentioning the function name over here we need to give to first bracket. So after this we'll go inside the script tag over here and we'll mention this function which is color black. So here we'll say function color black, then to second bracket. So let me just first save it, and let me just show you inside the browser over here. You can see that we have a text over here, welcome to JavaScript tutorial, and we have a button over here, you can see black. So right now what we want, if we click on this button, the background color will change to black. So for it, all we need to do is that inside this function we are going to say document dot body dot style dot, and over here we are going to mention the background. So we'll say over here background equal to, we'll say the background color will be black. So right now if we just save this, and if we just refresh our browser over here, and then if you just click on this black button, here you can see the background color become black. Now the thing is, here you can see that there is a text and the text color is also black, that's why we are unable to see the text. So for it, what we will do is that when you click on this button black, we will also change the text color to white. So for it, what we need to do is that we'll just over here again document dot query selector all, then to first bracket, and here inside this to first bracket we'll mention this h1 tag. So here we'll just say h1 dot style dot color equal to, it will be white. So right now if we now save it, what it will do is that when someone click on this black button, it will change the background color to black, and then it will also change the color for this h1 tag to white. So if we now save this and refresh here, and if you click on the black button, okay, it's not showing over here. So what we need to do is that here you can see when you are using tag, we need to give the index number over here. So the index number for this tag is 0. So we'll mention 0 over here. Let's save it again and let's refresh here again, and if you click the black button here, you can see it become white. So right now, what if we have multiple h1 tag? Let me just copy this and paste it over here a few more times. So right now, if we now save it and if we now refresh over here, and then if you click on this black button here, you can see only the first one color is white, not the other one. So for it, what we are going to do is that really simple. We are not going to mention index number one by one, so we'll just make our org simpler by just saying over here for each, then we'll start a first bracket over here and this first bracket will end over here. Let me just zoom in a little bit like this. So right now what we'll do is that after this for each first bracket, we'll say a character. You can say E or H, it doesn't matter. Let's just say over here E, then equal is greater than sign E, then we'll give another E dot style. So what it will do is that it will make the color white for each h1 tag. Okay, for each h1 tag. So right now if we save this and then if we now refresh over here and then if you click on the black button here, you can see every text color become white. So let's say you want to go back to the white color. So for it, what we'll do is that we'll just declare another button over here. Let me just copy this button and paste it over here, and instead of black we're going to say over here white. So right now if we save this, then if we now refresh over here, so we have two buttons over here, black and white. So we are going to write some code for the white. So let's go back to our code and here we'll say color white. Then let's save this, and right now we will write a function for color white. So let me just copy this function color black and paste it over here, and we are going to say over here color white, and here the background color will be white when we click the white button. So instead of black we'll say over here white, and here the text color will be black. So right now let's save this and let's go to our browser, let's refresh here, and if you click black here, you can see this is how it looks. We have the text color white and background color black. And if you click white button, the background color become white and text color is black. So this is how you can make background color change in JavaScript. You can just make the button design more better if you want. So this is all about this tutorial. I hope you like this tutorial. If you have any question, you can let me know in the comment section. And if you want more tutorial like this, then make sure to subscribe this channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial.